lady was in Zoolander? Yeah.
Yeah. See if you follow me. Ooh, child, the things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child,
They're gonna get brighter.
Someday. Yeah. There you go.
I will say, while not as good as Guardians of the Galaxy, the soundtrack's the best part of this movie.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a fair enough point. I like the big band, jazz style. It's fun. It's a good time.
I only have one thing to say to that.
Please.
Gay. I'm kidding.
He's like Rain Man with big bands.
Except they're wrong.
Yes.
Like half the time. Yes. If you look up the songs, they're not the right times. Like the whole movie. Okay, we're doing Hudson Hawk.
Welcome everybody.
Welcome everybody to
Thank you for being
Southland.
here.
I can't hold this in, so I got to let it rock. We're doing Hudson Hawk, the
Brucey
Bruce
Willie.
Willis written and produced shit show.
Kind of directed. I'm sure he was in
Yeah,
that.
I'm
He
sure.
put himself in that seat there.
This was when Bruce Willis was hot. This was right off of Die Hard, and I believe Die Hard 2. Die Harder.
What was the show he was in?
Die
Moonlighting.
Moonlighting. And it had just ended, and he did his whole pop star thing that was like a kind of like a Garth Brooks, Chris Evans kind of feel, where it didn't really go anywhere because who the fuck wants to hear Bruce Willis sing? Nobody.
He played harmonica.
Yeah.
And in like a blues pickup band.
Yeah, it was uncomfortable.
And it didn't
No.
feel right.
Nope.
It said
Nope.
awfulness. Anyways.
It's
exhausting.
Yes.
I would say this movie's exhausting.
So the one of the main points of this entire movie, he's a cat burglar who's the best at what he does.
And what he does is not that mean.
It's not that bad, but the way him and his partner coordinate with each other is through songs and the length of the song to the second.
Yes.
Like Bing Crosby's Wonderful World, whatever. 3 minutes and 18 seconds.
Because
And
that's how they know how long
Right.
they have to do something.
So it's like, okay, but from the time we start breaking into this place to the time we need to be out the door, we have 3 minutes and 18 seconds.
Right.
So we'll use this song. So the whole movie, they're throwing these songs titles back and forth, especially though Tommy, his partner,
Played by Danny
Aiello.
Aiello, thank you. Yeah.
And he keeps throwing back times. And the saddest part is if you look up the time, and granted, when this movie came out, there was no internet. So people weren't going to go check a lot of this stuff.
This was 1991. They weren't thinking, oh shit, people are going to have the internet in their pocket on a phone?
What is the internet?
What are you talking about?
But they ended up getting most of the song times wrong.
Yeah.
And then at one point he says, Super Bowl 17, Whitney Houston.
Yeah, he said she sang the national anthem 8 minutes or something like that.
7 minutes and 17 seconds, or I believe that's what it was. It was close to that.
Definitely not.
She didn't sing the national anthem of Super Bowl 17. It was the girl from Police Academy sang it at that. It was like Super Bowl 20 something.
Yes.
And it was like 3 minutes or 4 minutes and something. In the end, I'm like, guys, come on. You're not even trying at this point. You're just throwing out random crap.
Dude, okay. We from the get-go of this movie, the way it starts is you're like, oh, this is a Bruce Willis film.
Yeah. What?
It starts in the middle of
Whenever Leonardo da Vinci was alive.
14 something. No, I don't know.
That's Columbus.
Something 81, and it's in whenever Leonardo da Vinci. You're right.
It's during the Renaissance.
It's during the Renaissance.
Or the Renaissance.
Which I think was the 1600. Please look that up for me. But anyways, it starts off, and it's my favorite thing about this movie because we never find out who the hell is narrating it. It just starts off and it's like, hey, welcome to the movie. A long time ago, this guy riding a fucking horse, he wanted the prince of something, was like, we need a bronze statue. And a little known guy, you never heard of him. It's like Donald Trump in a way. He's like, you've never heard of him. Terrible artist, not on the main feed. That's my Donald, sorry. He's like, he wanted a horse. And so he called upon this nobody guy, Leonardo, the nerd? The nerd Da Vinci.
The Ninja Turtle.
The Ninja Turtle. That's the one. And he paid $40 or $50 for pizza every time. This guy was a schmuck. But like this narration comes in, who is this person?
It's like the late 1400s because That's when the Sistine Chapel was painted.
Okay,
Right? So, yeah.
but like he's like
Started in the
who is this
1300s,
person?
yeah.
Okay, but they never say, "Oh yeah, okay, this is the narrator. He's telling the story and he's part
Yeah.
of this movie." No, it's just some guy.
Nope, just some dude.
In a way, it's in the way that like what's his name out of like Princess Bride was trying to be the narrator, and he's great as it.
Yeah, but he's
but that
reading
makes
Fred
sense.
Savage the book,
and that
Yeah.
makes sense. But this makes no sense for why this guy's like, hey, Da Vinci, and Da Vinci. So Leonardo da Vinci apparently found a way to. He was trying to make bronze out of lead. But he went too far and he made gold instead. And he was like, oh, this is a failure. I suck as an inventor. And he destroys his machine. He's like, you know what? I'm going to make helicopters and planes. And that's what I'm going to torture my village peasants by putting them in my like totally like paper mache mock-up planes and just launch them out into the air. Hopefully they live. And if they don't, whatever. I'm Leonardo da Vinci.
Or if Assassin's Creed 2 is to be believed, he invented the hidden blade.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Which is in this movie too.
Yeah,
It's in this movie
yeah. I think Assassin's Creed 2 loosely took inspiration from this movie.
Possible.
It was running around with all the artifacts they gotta find and
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
Oh yeah.
So then it cuts from that to prison
Yeah.
because Hudson's in prison
Yes.
and he's being let out, and the prison guard is like, "Oh, by the way, you gotta rob this horse," and he's
Yeah.
like,
What?
"I'm leaving prison."
Why? Why are you telling me that?
He's like, "I should get a job," and he's like, "Nah, you should rob this."
should go rob this horse. Should go steal that horse. You know. Hey, I heard you like horses. Let's take this one. But he's like, it's 1981. He gets in the car with his buddy. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting his name because he's not important. Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy Five Tone. Sorry, Tommy Five Tone. His name. He gets in the car with Tommy and he's like, hey, so what do you want to do? Do you want to go play Nintendo? Get some ladies? And he's like, what's Nintendo? And this is 1981, so his question is perfectly right because Nintendo didn't come out.
It didn't exist till like 1988.
It was 85.
Yeah.
So Tommy Five Tone has a 5-year advantage or 4-year advantage in the future on this guy. I know Nintendo. Let me tell you about it. Little Italian dudes running around. But that's a joke throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, because the crime family are the Mario brothers.
It's the Italians and they're running stuff through the plumbing. Oh, dude, yeah. So Bruce Willis, he's craving. What does he crave out of it? He's
Cappuccinos.
Yeah, he's
Cappuccino.
obsessed with cappuccino.
That's it. Yes.
And
And the whole movie, he keeps getting screwed
Interrupted.
out of his cappuccino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like in the beginning, Danny Aiello slams on the brakes, spills it.
and the foam
Yes.
and he just spills the foam. He's like, "Oh, but it ruins it." And I'm like,
No, he spilled a bunch of it.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't all of it. He could have drank some of it, like stop being a bitch. But he could have drank some of it. But then
In
when
the
he's
restaurant.
there and he's got the big, and the guy shoots it. So there's like a dead dude somewhere
Yes, he just murdered somebody.
because that bullet keeps going.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where it stops.
Yeah,
but
bullets don't just magically hit one thing and then just stop flying through the air at lethal velocity. Like that's not how physics work. Thank you. Yeah, so he shoots it out of his hands, and then he's with the Mario Brothers, and they're like, "Oh, we got a job for you." And he's like, "Dude, I just got out of prison. I don't want to do anything."
And then his friend is like, "I really think we should do this."
Yeah, Tommy Five Tone. Thank you, Tommy, who
Yeah.
kills a person sitting at that table.
yeah.
I don't know, like
Well, he wakes back up, but when he cold cocks him with the bottle.
no.
It's
Dude.
the brother. It's the
Yeah. It's
the Mario brother.
The dumber of the two.
Yeah, it's the Mario brother. No joke.
Yeah, it's it. Well, he says something to him, and like he's like, "It's like this," and he cracks him in the back of the skull with a wine bottle.
Well, he asks him. He goes, "Do you guys want any wine?" Because they see that they have
Oh, that's
guns
right.
on
Yes.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
He's like, "Get out of here!" And he's like, "What is it? Not a good year?" And he smashes the bottle. Over
Dad, I don't know if you've been hit in the head with a wine bottle before. I've gotten clocked from one trying to reach up on a high shelf when I was working at a restaurant. Those don't break easy, dude. That wine bottle hit me in the head and then hit the floor another good 6 feet 2 inches down. Did not break. Did not break a second. So that guy's dead.
Basically, what I'm telling you is that guy's dead.
Yeah. No, what we're seeing is a movie where he's a zombie like ghost who's just haunting Bruce Willis and Tommy Five Tone.
Well, so they agree to do this this heist or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they go into the building next door to the museum that he has to rob it from.
Yeah.
And they like do all this stuff in like a pool room that seems really unnecessary. I guess it was to get the the life preserver,
Yeah.
so that he could cornhole this thing onto a pole.
Yeah.
And so they break into the museum and they get into like the server room using colorful skateboards.
Yes.
The like most ridiculous skateboards in the world.
And they're like on their knees.
It's like a rat. It's like they're playing rat.
And
It's
not
like
only
they're
that,
playing
but
skate or die.
The
Skate
guys are
or
standing.
die.
There's like a wall. And
Yes.
there's like a window and a half wall, and they're in the hallway. Right, so you can see it in the camera.
Yeah.
But they're the two rooms, the hallway and the room are next to each other.
Yeah.
And the room is a half window, and they're going by on the skate. Tommy Two Tones is so visible to them that it's painful.
Yeah, but they're picking on the fat guy
I
to make
guess
him
so,
break
yeah.
the chair.
See, what do they yell at him and the chair breaks underneath
Lou,
him?
they just like
Yeah,
yell his
yell his
name.
name.
Lou. I couldn't understand what they said. I thought they called him something. No,
Yeah,
For
look
some
at Big
reason,
Louie.
for some reason, he's sitting in a chair as blue as the chair Trey's sitting
Yeah,
in.
it's a blue chair.
It's so you could see it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's one of Blue's Clues.
So when he's not in it later, when they run the clip, so it's like they clip the security footage and they replay it over and over again.
Yeah.
Well, they just broke the chair in the security footage. Well, now the guy's not there, but the chair is there. But they
Yeah.
broke the chair.
Well, that's. I mean, I feel like there were several things in the movie where they were writing it, and apparently there's a bunch of bad rewrites. I don't know. Did you read that too?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of really bad rewrites. They kept rewriting it. Bruce Willis had a bunch of conflicts with people on set.
Shocking.
And that's how you get this movie.
Yeah.
And it's Bruce Willis. I guess maybe writing on the tailcoats of like Roger Rabbit, thinking like, because Roger Rabbit broke ground of like having silly cartoon characters, but a pretty decent, better than decent, a very good like old cop and robber, like kind of, mystery, crime drama.
Right.
But it just happened to have cartoon characters in it. And so
Right.
here's Bruce Willis as the cartoon character now. And he's doing everything. He's doing like it's gag after gag that's just not working because he's trying to be Bugs Bunny. Like that's it. He's just trying to be Bugs
It's a
Bunny.
lot of like one-liners and stuff. Like there's a point where they have him kidnapped and they're like, "I'm gonna kill you, your family, and the girl you took to prom." And he's like, "Oh, Pam, whatever. I can get you an address on that." And I'm like,
okay,
what?
great.
"This guy's gonna shoot you, man."
So he gets convinced by the Mario Brothers to go steal the horse, Da Vinci's horse, right?
Yeah, that has one of the crystals required for the machine
Yeah.
is in the horse.
It's 3 heists.
He doesn't know that.
Yeah. But they go get it, and then he gets pulled over he's supposed to go to an auction, and that's where he meets the Mayflowers?
Well, first they Aladdin themselves off this roof
Right.
onto the awning because he keeps making a joke how fat his buddy Tommy is.
Oh,
And he's
right.
like,
Yeah, he's got so fat. Yeah.
It was a different time. He was very fat back in the day.
That was
Nowadays,
large.
he's just kind of
Well,
normal.
And so
that's fairly
they
average.
jump off the roof and they go through the awning thing and he's just like in his apartment. now.
Yeah.
Like,
They'd be dead.
But like what happened to Tommy? What
And if you notice when you watch it back, like Tommy hits that awning first. That rips the awning. Therefore, Bruce Willis just goes straight to concrete.
or
tailbone.
lands on his friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Either
yeah, that's
way.
right. He landed on Tommy.
Either way.
And bounced off like a cartoon.
It was not good for them.
Now, I bet if Bruce Willis had his way on this movie, like a little poof of cloud and like Wile E. Coyote when he falls in a canyon, and it would have been that.
Either they're like,
The goofy scream.
The Wilhelm scream
Yeah.
or something. Yeah. Or no, Goofy and then Wilhelm is different.
Yeah, Nightcrawler would have come up. Just,
got you, bro.
got you, mein Freund.
Okay, so
So-
he lands in his easy chair in his apartment,
Yeah,
right?
and the Mario Brothers are there. And this guy comes. There's 3 guys in there. There's the Mario Brothers, and then I can't remember who the cop that told them to rob the thing.
His
Yeah.
parole officer.
Yeah. No, he works at the jail. Oh, I guess
It's
he
his
is
parole
It's
officer.
a parole
They
officer.
say it in
Yeah.
the movie.
That's
Okay.
right.
And this butler that they're stealing this horse for comes in, grabs the horse from the cop, and just hidden blades him.
Yeah.
That's-
Just slits
yes.
his throat. It's weird.
And Bruce Willis is like, what the
It comes to a point where you're like, what am I doing
Yeah.
in this room right now?
What is going on?
Why?
What
I
is
did
happening?
the thing. Why do I need to be here?
Yeah.
Like, I just witnessed you murder another person. How does that benefit you or anybody else here? Why do I have
Well,
to be
and
here?
then the Mario Brother guys just
Where
start.
do we go from
They just start laughing like, "That's
Yeah.
a good joke." Like, what?
Yeah.
That was the
That's
plan all
humor.
along.
That's humor,
Yeah.
I think. So, so they get it from there, and then is that when they meet the CIA? This movie feels so chaotic and crazy. I have the
Well,
hardest time
no.
keeping
When
it
they
together.
when they go in to steal the horse from the auction house, which is what the whole beginning of the movie is trying to get Bruce Willis, the best cat burglar in the world, to go into this auction house and steal this Da Vinci horse.
yeah,
While he's in there, he notices 4 people eating candy bars.
Well, this is at the auction.
That's what I was saying. At
very-
the
Well,
auction
When
house.
he goes back because he makes the whole gag about getting a tuxedo and all that.
Yeah, but they go to the auction house.
yeah.
He sees them all eating the candy bars.
It's like
Then what are their names? The Mayflowers?
the
Yeah.
Mayflowers. Yeah,
They walk in and they're being outlandish and ridiculous and saying how they're gonna, buy the horse for $1 million or $100 million.
$100 million and $1.
Right. The sister comes in and that's what she says is $100 million and one.
Yeah,
And then as he's going once, going twice, sold, and he's bringing the gavel down. And this is when he meets Annie McDonald's character, who's like an undercover nun. I don't. We'll get there,
Yeah.
but.
secret agent none.
As he's bringing the gavel down, Bruce Willis is looking around the room and he realizes that the people with the candy bars and the Mayflowers all duck. And as soon as the gavel hits, it explodes.
It explodes.
And oh my God. And they had already stolen the horse, like Trey was saying, from the auction house before this. And Annie McDowell's character, the undercover nun, gets up to verify the authenticity of the horse. And he's panicked because he's just been flirting with her. And she goes up and looks at it and says, yes, it's impeccable. The Vatican is jealous of whoever gets it, which doesn't really work for the Vatican to be jealous because
yeah.
that's a sin.
It's one of those cardinal things.
Whatever. Just throw that out there. But anyway, then, things just start snowballing even more from there, where he runs into the CIA,
Yes,
who
yeah.
is the candy bar people.
After you have the craziest ambulance scene.
Right. Because they take him out in an ambulance, and it's
I had to ask you
No,
about
because
this.
Mario twins or whatever?
He saves
He
Anna
saves her.
from the falling
Right, but
pillar,
gets knocked out.
and
Yeah.
then one of the big marble like Pegasus things
Yeah.
swings down and knocks him out.
This is how bad this movie is. It's
Yeah.
hard to
Yes.
keep track of where we are.
because
these banana sandwiches.
it's the TriStar horse that
Yeah.
comes down
Yeah,
because
the
this is
one that
the
he
one
kills.
that he kills with this movie. I heard about this guy reviewing it. He's $90 million lost on this movie.
It literally put TriStar out of business.
It sunk
TriStar
it.
got purchased by Sony Entertainment. Sony Entertainment allowed them to keep operating as TriStar Studios,
Yes.
but TriStar Studios did not exist after this horrible.
Which is funny
Bruce
because
Willis
while he
movie.
does his little heist, he has a Sony Walkman on his way.
He's like, bitches, this is where you're gonna go.
Well, and for those listening, if you need to be reminded, the TriStar one is the one that's burr, 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 and then like a unicorn Pegasus comes along. Burr, burr, burr,
Just like that.
burr, burr, burr. Sorry. Oh,
Bang, bang. Well, now you're thinking of Columbia.
Oh, yeah.
Universal
Burr, burr,
Vision.
burr, burr. Yeah, that's right. Sorry. Okay. Forget what I said about 30 seconds ago. Anyways, so he's in the ambulance.
And the Mario Brothers are like his doctors.
Dude.
And they're like, "Oh, we're gonna kill you now." And he's like, "Oh yeah." And he hits a tray of just syringes with needles on them, which I work in medicine. That's not a thing.
I was going to ask you, where do you keep your trays of needles that are pointing upwards? Because he grabs that and just smacks it into this person's face. And it's horrific because he's screaming because there's like 9 needles just
In
sticking
his face.
in his eyeball, in his nose, in his
Yeah.
face. It's horrible, dude. Like some of the things, the sequences in this movie, I was like, hey, that might have been like a joke to you, Mr. Willis. That's pretty horrific.
And then
It's like Hellraiser
the
stuff.
other brother kicks him out of the ambulance,
Oh, yeah. Just
but the
boots
but
him.
the sheet is still tied to the back of the ambulance. So he's trailing this ambulance on a gurney
Yeah.
on the Brooklyn Bridge going like
Yes.
80 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And a girl next to him rolls down the window and is like, "Hey, mister, are you going to die?" Like,
Because that's the joke. That's humor. That's Bruce
I
Willis.
didn't get, and then he has to. He detaches and he's like driving the gurney,
yeah.
through traffic, and he
Actively.
like throws a quarter into a toll booth thing. Like, it's so
It's
weird.
Bugs Bunny, dude. That's what it is.
And then the ambulance blows up,
yeah.
killing the Mario brothers, and that's when that's when he meets all the CIA people,
Right.
Because he comes to a stop, and the guy's just like sitting there waiting.
Yeah, like they knew that he was gonna ride a
They
gurney.
planned this whole
Yeah. Oh, he's in the
And
ambulance
that's
right
when
now?
he says
I know where to find
motherfucker
him.
is when they're in, like when he's riding the gurney through traffic.
Yeah.
How's my driving? Like, I might die, motherfucker. Like,
Jeez, dude.
What?
this is weird.
I was so confused why this movie was
Well-
rated R. And
well,
then with the
it's-
rated R things, I was like, what the
To
hell
me,
is
it feels
doing?
like they just it was like really bad editing. Like there was stuff that was supposed to happen, like the how's my driving thing. Like
That's it. Yeah, that was.
I
the
thought there
thing.
was supposed to be somebody like, oh my god, where'd you learn to drive? Like honking on their
Yeah.
phone.
talking to himself the whole time. Nobody ever says anything. He's rolling down the street on a gurney.
But one girl's
like another car would
are
care?
you gonna die? Like,
Are you gonna
one
die?
girl's
Well, I mean, this movie's an hour and 40 minutes long, and I kept feeling like the uncut version, like if they ever released that, it's
4
probably
hours.
4 hours. Yeah, 4 hours.
He goes
long.
on like 9 more heists.
If I ever had to watch this, I hope I'm wasted and I just pass out in the first 5 seconds.
Which, if you're gonna watch this, you should watch.
Bro, is it over?
Yeah.
Yes,
From our last week episode.
100%.
If you are going to watch Hudson Hawk, we do suggest some Sunny D vodka seltzers.
Drink responsibly.
Absolutely drink
You know,
responsibly.
now that you mentioned that,
Oh,
And there it is.
There we go.
The Krakens. That's a beautiful sound. They should what's that? Copyright that sound with Sunny D, because that is
I don't
fantastic.
think you could do that. There's too many cans in the world.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, then he goes from like then the Butterfingers and the Almond Joy and the Kit Kat,
Snickers.
Kit Kat,
they all
Snickers.
show
Oh
up.
well, the Kit Kat guy never talks.
Never talks.
He just hands you like a fortune cookie.
There's two of them that don't talk, and the only thing they say in the whole movie is their dying breath is their name, like their actual name. It's weird.
Butterfingers.
It's not that though. It's like their actual name, and it's like this
What?
is so dumb. I don't
missed
want to be a
that.
part of
Hold
this anymore.
Why
But-
does he say his actual name?
I don't know. But it turns out that the candy bar people are the CIA.
Yeah.
And the guy who framed him and sent him to prison for the last job that he did, Bruce Willis, is
like
the
the
head
head.
of the candy bar people. God, this movie's weird. And then he punches him in the face, which drops him into a box full of packing peanuts.
Yeah.
And then
She puts a syringe of something
Never
in like
pushes the medication.
in his knee.
and never pushes
Drugging
the
him.
medication.
Yeah, she just like
Yeah,
okay.
if you're
Oh,
gonna
does she? Oh, I didn't notice
never
that.
pushes this. I mean, it's just me being.
Of course, you as a medical
but she
person,
never
yeah.
pushes this.
That's
so
awesome.
She just stuck him. It just hurt a lot because she just stuck him with a needle and pulled the needle.
That
out.
makes me fearful that was actually a real syringe, and they were like, "Okay, you can put it in it, but don't plunge it. You're going to put air into his arteries. He's
Well,
going to die."
that's only really really bad if you do that like in the artery because like you can get air in your joint and it would just hurt a lot. It wouldn't like kill you
okay. Thank
because
you.
like during surgery you get air in your joint. Like yeah.
I always thought it was
You're
like a
making that
needle
up.
full of air is bad news.
a needle for air if it's stabbed like into a vein or an artery can be because it'll create like an embolus which will block the blood flow.
Thank you.
That's
okay.
it's like a tourniquet.
For all our listeners out there, if you need to.
Especially if they do it like that's why it's dangerous when people do it like with the
In the
threads
neck.
always into the neck
Yeah.
because that can kill you.
All right. So for people listening, aim for the jugular. And drink responsibly. Some Sunny D in our beautiful thermoses with our 90s jazz.
But they put him in like a big old box of packing peanuts.
Yeah, that's what I said.
He's shipped by Amazon is what he is. He's getting over there in 2 days.
You know what that means?
Yeah.
Free return.
Up to 30 days.
Jeff Bezos personally handing that box.
It's so they
Holy
never.
shit. That's how I'm gonna travel. I'm just gonna put myself in a big ass box and ship myself somewhere in the world.
Make sure you put an Amazon tank in there.
I'll be back within 30
Make
days.
sure you put an oxygen tank.
Yeah, what
Make
are they
sure
gonna
you put some
I
toilet
don't know,
paper
they're-
there too, dude. Like, there's no way he's like that.
No, you
passed
just
out.
mark it scuba gear.
Yeah. just eat something super binding. Yeah, I won't be able to poop.
You get
I pee
yourself
on
some-
myself. No
yeah.
problem. No problem.
You get yourself some cheddar grits.
It's just pee, baby. But
so he
um,
spends 2 days in a box and he wakes up in England.
he wakes up in Rome, Italy.
Oh, Rome. That's right. I'm sorry.
Rome.
Yeah. Yes. Oh,
He's
yeah.
got to go to where Leonardo is.
Yeah.
There's that
where's he
whole
from?
weird scene. When is the weird scene with the Mona Lisa?
That's
in the
in the
beginning.
beginning.
It's in the very beginning.
It's showing Da Vinci like with all of this like random stuff that he's been working on. Like,
Yeah, because he invented so many things.
Right.
He's like famous for the helicopter,
he was an artist.
the plane.
They showed the foot of like the giant statue that he
Yeah.
never finished.
Yeah.
And then Mona Lisa's smiling and she has all these like
Well, no, he says, he says, smile, and then she smiles,
and he's like-
and then he's like, oh, yeah. And then you get the idea of like, that's why Mona Lisa doesn't smile.
horrible.
Yeah.
teeth.
It's just makes me think of the movie Mona Lisa smiling. I'm like, maybe Mona Lisa should not smile.
True.
But now he gets there and you meet the oh my gosh. What are they called? The rich people.
The Mayflowers.
Mayflowers.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I was like, it's a flower, but I can't remember.
They have a-
In like his weird limo.
Yeah.
It's like the boss from Saints Row 2 that
Kinda,
is-
yeah.
that's always the Ross
Always
Safari guy
moving.
that's always in
It's
the
like
limo.
an Office Depot on wheels. This damn thing
He puts the paper in the shredder and it just blows it onto the street.
blasts
weird.
it out to the world.
So weird.
It's like, hey, that's not like completely encrypted like information now. Someone could glue that shit back together and
Yeah,
figure
it's
out
not
what
like
is this.
it was just like in little strips. Like it wouldn't have been that hard to glue
Not
that together.
obliterated completely. But he's like, he picks it, a fax machine prints something out, he looks at it, and then stuffs it in the armrest. And it's like, that's just safer with you, dude. Like, why are you blowing that out the back? Anyways.
And they
so he
tell
meets
him
in
that
the
he,
limo, yeah.
they tell him that he has to steal the codex, which
Yes.
is like where Da Vinci is like hidden another piece of the crystal.
Yeah, it's in a book.
Yeah, because you see in the butler breaks the horse to take the crystal out to make
Yeah,
sure he stole
right.
the right one.
We're just smashing artwork.
And so they basically reveal to him that like we're blackmailing you into doing this. Like
Yeah.
they filmed his old heist, and then you get like the slapstick humor of like the guy in like lingerie being whipped by his like
Oh, dude! If there
girlfriend
was
or whatever.
if there was a scene I could have done without, it was to do without that guy and in sorry, what's her name? Sandra Bernhard.
Yeah.
In like bondage stuff, like that was horrible.
And her
Like
character's
that,
so
dude.
annoying.
Yeah,
Dude, everything she's in. Everything she's in, she's that same character.
that's
where
what
it's
she
like,
does.
I hate your characters. Like when they come into the big room in Rome where it's like their office and he's being led in by the other like by her
Oh,
brother.
and she's singing.
Yeah, she's laying on the middle of the table like
that's right.
I thought it was. It's I got the power. I
Yeah.
thought it was him. I thought it was, and I was like, okay, that's kind of funny that like
was Bruce
everybody
Willis.
else is quiet and Bruce Willis is like, I got the power.
No.
But
was
then
her
it's her
terrible
with
character.
headphones on, and I was like, oh, this is dumb.
Oh, this is. When do we meet their raunchy ass dog that just
Right
is
there.
licking
Right there.
goober? What'd you call it earlier? You
The
called it-
grundle.
The grundle.
going for that grundle,
The
baby.
dog attacks the grundle.
And he's in it, and they're like either like, hey, stop it, stop
She
right
says,
now.
what does she say?
Ball.
Ball. Because
Ball.
she has a nervous. Does she have a nervous tick? Because she repeats things.
don't
She's
know.
like, it's gonna crash, and it's gonna ball. And then what does she else do when she's explaining the evil plan?
This movie is bad.
This is terrible.
I'm a horrible actor.
Actor. Well, like, so they tell Bruce Willis basically their whole plan, right? Am I confusing this part?
That's the next part.
That's how you
Okay.
do in the 90s.
That's what?
you evil
Tell
monologue.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
you have to explain. What are we gonna do? What are we doing?
No,
here?
this is where they're telling him that like they're blackmailing him. Like if he doesn't do this, it's not gonna be him that goes to prison because he'll be fine.
Yes.
But it's Tommy will go to prison and
yeah.
he'll die in prison and all that. So
Tommy 5 Tones.
so they get him to go to the Vatican to steal the Codex.
Yeah.
And then they have this scene where he's being followed by like the Wachowski brothers.
That's right. Yes. I heard
No,
somebody.
you know what it looks like? It looks like a clone of Rick Astley, the guy.
Rick Astley, yes. Like they're gonna suddenly bust out. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna turn around and desert you.
Nice. And they're following him through the
The Vatican.
the
It's
Vatican Museum.
Yeah.
And this little girl's just smashing a toy elephant against a banister.
Why, dude? Like, a lot of it.
The whole movie is so
Why?
bizarre.
And so the way Bruce Willis figures out what the security system is like is he steals the girl's elephant and throws it against the book.
Yes.
And like this giant cage comes down, it crashes,
Yeah,
and
like the chandelier above it turns into like a lockout.
and
Yeah.
then gas fills the roof. And the girl that he was flirting with at the auction house like pulls him out
Andy
of the
McDowell.
room. Yeah.
Andy McDowell,
Well, her name's Anna in the.
Yep,
in
we're
the
talking about
movie.
real life.
Yeah.
And in the movie, she's a fucking nun.
Yeah, which you don't know that yet.
What?
And so she pulls him like through this secret door down into like the underground like train station or whatever, which I don't think exists because I've been to the Vatican. That's not.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah.
Wait. But if there's a secret underground train station, the key word is secret.
But like it's not secret because that's how he mails himself back to the Vatican later.
Probably how they probably wouldn't tell you about the secret train station.
But like I don't think that room is even a thing in the Vatican. Like that
No.
that room where you walk down
No.
the stairs.
With the amount of research at the beginning of this movie, we obviously are told how much research they did into this, where they're like the times with the songs.
Yeah, how hard would it be to just look up a song?
yeah, and then with what
Not
year
only the
Nintendo
times,
came out,
they got the wrong Super Bowl with the wrong singer and
Yeah.
the wrong time. Like, guys, not even one of them things was right.
Yeah.
You just said words and went with it.
well, like, and that's my thing with this
You
girl.
think you're hot stuff because you know words.
I know some of these words.
Know some of these words. That's like that girl, the girl beating the elephant on the freaking staircase. I was like, I just
Hey, stop trying to beat my elephant.
So yeah, knock it off. But like, it's like writing that down and like being okay. This is gonna be the script. Hudson Hawk comes in with Rick Astley's falling behind. Random girl beating her elephant on the banister of the stairway. And then that went to producers, that went to a director, that went to director of photography, and that went to the director of this movie. And they all went, yeah, let's do that.
Yep,
that
nailed
makes
it.
sense. That's
I
perfect
saw it
for
in the
this
script.
You mean
Yeah.
Bruce Willis?
That went to Bruce Willis, and then it went to Bruce Willis and Bruce Willis.
And you know, like 20 years later, they were interviewing him, and they were like, "What's your biggest regret?" And he was like, "Hudson Hawk." Like, no shit, Bruce.
There's another podcast I listened to that talked about this movie, and they were like, they read a letter from a fan who wrote in, who's like, my dad loved this movie and would rent it every Friday night
Oh
for
my
like
God.
a year when it came out, and he to a point where they were like. One time, his little brother took the movie because he was tired of listening to it. Took the movie away, and this is VHS, and like hid it. And that his dad went livid, like, "Where the fuck is it, Hudson Hawk? What the hell?" Like, and was like turned over the whole house.
That's funny.
And they still
crazy.
that his little brother took it, and he asked him, like, "What did you do?" And this was like in 2015, where he asked him, he was like, "Hey, remember back in 1993 when you stole Hudson? What did you do with that?" He's like, "Oh." And they're from Boston. He's like, "Oh, I took that movie and I threw it in the harbor." I literally walked 6 miles.
He was like, "It's still in my ass today.
It was Ben Affleck.
Still
was-
in my
it
ass."
was
Ben,
bad,
how do you
yeah.
like them apples?
He's like, no. He's like, I walked 6 miles from our house
was Bill
to
Burr.
the harbor. I threw it in the river. I threw it in the ocean.
That's funny.
Anyways, yeah. So okay, keep going.
So then he goes back that night and basically like does the whole like cliche like uses hairspray to figure out where the things are.
Because
And-
he doesn't want to do it yet, but they force his
They
hand.
force him
make
to do
Yeah.
it because they're like, oh, change of plans. Like you have to get it now.
yeah.
Okay. Sure.
All right, fine.
So
Sure.
basically he has like savant syndrome when it comes to stealing because he's like okay, if I do this and then jerry rig that and
Yeah.
then that'll work.
If you have to have one form of autism, I'm gonna tell you right now,
Jeez.
that's the autism. you
So
want.
he gets it, and the guards come to stop him, and he basically traps one of the guards in the chandelier prison.
yeah,
And so while the other one's trying to get him out or give him like the gas mask, he can escape onto the roof.
yeah,
And he jumps into like a chicken truck.
yes. He's running across the roof, and then he jumps in a chicken truck, and then still makes it in time for.
And
his,
then he rolls out of the truck and he lands in the chair where he's supposed to be having dinner with
With I'm
And he
sorry,
goes-
we need to say her name again. Andy McDowell. Sorry, she
And
sits.
he's like, it's good to see you.
Yeah.
Feathers fly out.
Again.
God, this movie's so bad.
God, dude.
The craziest part, though, to me is like this movie is so bad and it is so ridiculous. It's fun
Yeah.
to watch.
Yeah.
Well, just because you're like, what?
Yeah, it's fun to watch. Like it really
It's
is.
an episode of Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
It's over again.
Just keeps going and going,
playing
It's hard to predict. I'll give you that much because you don't know what's
Hard?
going on.
Hard,
difficult.
impossible to predict. Yes, I don't know where he was, like what he was smoking or drinking or
Yeah.
doing.
I would say the biggest crime of this movie is he sits there at an Italian restaurant and he orders really well. And like to
Yeah.
the point where if you impress an Italian waiter as an American with your order, that's impressive.
Well-
but then he goes, and a bottle of ketchup.
And the
when
guy
you get
gets-
it-
and the guy
guy's like,
loses
"Son
his
of a-"
shit.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that guy on Instagram who does that? His whole thing is he lives here in America,
Yeah,
but he
yeah.
goes to Italy and
Oh.
he does things that Italians hate.
Oh, really?
So he'll sit there and he'll eat pasta and he'll pull out little scissors and he'll cut the pasta, which they hate. And the other one is he's eating pizza. He's eating pizza and he pours ketchup over the pizza and then he starts folding the pizza up like a calzone. And literally, these are just everyday people, not even people who work at the restaurant, come up to him and they're like, stop it. Stop right now. And he's like, what are you talking about? He takes a bite and they're literally like, stop. They shove it out of his hand. They're so pissed off. I mean, if
That's
you really
so
want
weird.
to scare Italian people, just go up and break pasta in front of them. They hate it. And it's kind of
So
fun.
weird.
It's kinda
Could you
fun.
imagine in a restaurant going up to somebody and being like,
Stop.
that's
Stop
not how
eating
you
it.
eat your
That's not how
food.
you eat it. Yeah. That's not how you eat
I'm
that.
sorry.
Stop.
I thought it was
Yeah.
my food.
Yeah.
How about you F off?
Yeah. However you think I should be eating it is wrong. This is the way
The
I eat it. It's mine.
audacity.
I paid for
I
it.
will say what I got to go to Italy when I was in grad school. That's why I've been to the Vatican and all that.
That's cool.
He's
And-
making that up.
None of this actually happened.
Wait,
he didn't bring me back a Grand Theft Auto shirt.
Wait, do you played Assassin's Creed or did you go to Italy? Hold on, buddy.
Yeah, it was virtual reality.
Because I've been to the ring out in Halo. So,
Halo
anyways.
is the ring.
Oh, it is. Son of a bitch.
Yep.
But so we went, and Italian people, like if you try to order in Italian,
Okay.
They're like, hey,
they're
yeah.
pretty nice to you.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, he tried. Like, but apparently, what's one of our tour guides was telling us, he's like, don't do that in France.
Oh, don't order in.
Like, don't try to order in French because they're just like,
really?
what? I speak English, bitch.
Oh, God.
Yeah, because they're fucking assholes. Sorry.
They'll just go there and just order everything wrong. Can I have a croissant?
Yeah. So like, I used to ask our
Let me get a croissant,
biatch.
some freedom fries.
Let me get one of the moon bagels. You got one of the moon bagels around
One
here?
of the
That's a-
half moon bag.
the half moon bagels.
right.
I'll take that with a cream cheese and a bottle of Tabasco.
But anyway, he steals the book, lands at dinner. They go back to her apartment. He thinks he's gonna get some, but they're like, she's like, "You want a cappuccino first?" And he was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And
She's
then-
found out that he's working with the CIA somehow. She's upset.
Well, she knows he has the book because it falls out in the apartment.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's hard to hide that.
Her loyalties are really hard to follow because
Well,
she's like,
she's loyal. She's loyal to the Vatican.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she wants this dick. That's what it is.
she saw him play harmonica in that blues band he got. Oh,
She was like,
man.
And
that
Jack
Wang
Frost?
Dang Doodle is.
no, that's Michael Keaton.
That's Michael Keaton.
She's like,
in the kid.
The kid, that's the one. Yes.
she's like, that Wang Dang Doodle is impressive. I'd like to die harder if you know what I mean.
Yippee-ki-yay. So
Motherfucker.
we're she gives him a cappuccino and he's like, this doesn't taste like cappuccino. She's like, oh, I must have put too much what is it, ethyl chloride in it.
God, yeah. And
No,
she's
it's
like, it's arsenic. No,
it's
it's
not-
a terrible drug.
What is it? It's shoot.
It's a Bill Cosby
ethyl
drug.
chloride. Yeah, I put too much ethyl chloride in it. Like, and that just makes she might as well have gone, hey, does this smell like chloroform to you?
Sorry, coffee covers up a lot of smells and fragrances. I don't think it's going to cover up that heavy of a drug.
I just thought it would.
I have no idea what chloroform smells like, Matt, so I couldn't tell you.
I just thought it would have been a great. I just thought it would have been a great bit if
went
she
to
put
college.
it. If she poured it on a rag and just
Wait, stop. Time out. Time out. Let's back this truck up.
beep beep.
What did you do in college to let you know what chloroform smelled like, Matthew?
Well, we had a printmaking shop.
He's like, wait, I can
You're like,
justify
shut
it.
up, it's science.
He's like,
I
I
can
can justify this.
You
I
were
can
saying?
justify this one. Yeah, sorry. We had a printmaking shop, and we were using acid to do these metal prints, and you use an acid to burn out where you drew and scratched into it. And so basically, our teacher was like, "And if you must know, this is the same stuff that's in chloroform. So don't stick your head in too deep into like the
wow.
tent." And so she's
How
like,
many
"Be
people
careful."
fainted?
How many? Yeah, I was gonna
Oh.
say, how many of your classmates were like, what?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, just out. Yeah, that's
Like,
how they
I
got
gotta
their
do
ideas.
this once in
Yeah.
life.
Have you seen the Seinfeld episode where Bryan Cranston is his dentist?
Oh, yeah.
And Jerry's like
It's like,
super
yeah.
nervous, and
Yeah.
he's like, nurse, nitrous oxide, please.
Yes.
And then he's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
He
that's
takes a
good
big-
stuff. He'll be fine.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Yeah. Oh God, dude. If I had a dentist story, it was recently, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna." So he took out my wisdom teeth, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna take out blood platelets, and we're gonna
PRP.
Yeah, we're gonna put them into the wound, and that'll help it heal quicker." And I was like, "Cool." We spent the next 20 minutes
Waiting.
trying to find a vein for some reason. I'm a good bleeder,
The
dude.
wound just would have healed.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm pretty sure we can
like,
just keep moving on.
Where are we putting these blood platelets?
I'm okay. Can we just move along
I'll
here?
just let it heal like normal people
Yeah.
did.
Well, like the first thing is he kept taking the needle out, putting it back in, taking it out, putting it back in, and then he went, "Let's do this arm." And,
That's
and
what
I was
she
like,
said.
"Hey,
Got him.
do you need to?" I was like, "Do you need to sanitize that
Yeah.
before? Because you didn't sanitize my
Oh.
arm. He was going to go from this arm to this
Yeah,
arm."
gotcha.
And he went, "Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right." And I was like, "Son of a bitch! Why am I the doctor here?"
Yeah.
That's how I do it.
I went to
I
art
go
school.
from
Damn
this
it.
arm to this arm, this arm to this arm.
I get tired.
Especially when the chloroform is involved.
I'm just saying, I went to art
Platelets, try to
school.
replace things.
You play a beat the clock with the chloroform.
Dude.
But
Oh.
I just thought it would have been a great gag in the
Makes
movie
it more
if
fun.
instead of the whole cappuccino thing, which I get that that's like a running bit,
Yeah.
if she just like poured it on a rag and she's like, "Does this smell like chloroform to you?"
I agree. It would have been funnier.
Take him to bed and
Would've
be
been
like,
better.
"What's that pillow smell like?" Oh my God. Is
You're
that
right.
chloroform?
They were keeping the cappuccino thing going, which was funny, but
Yeah.
yes, that would have been way better.
Does it smell like chloroform?
Hey, can you tell me? Does it smell like chloroform to you?
And then so he wakes up and he's
Yeah.
back in the evil people's lair.
The Mayflowers.
Mayflower.
Yeah.
She
Lair.
turned him over to, I guess, because like they're supposed to be like working together.
Right.
Yeah.
But the CIA is gonna double cross them by not.
Yes.
So this is
Yeah,
where,
there's so much crisscross, double cross going
Yeah.
on in this movie that I'm confused.
yeah, and she
And I
talks to
watched
like,
it like 5 times.
when the Pope was watching
Doesn't
Mr. Ed.
matter anymore.
In the, it's and he was and the codex got caught on his antenna, so he
Yeah.
was like hitting his TV with the center.
Well, when Andy McDowell goes and confesses to the priest in
Yeah.
confessional, and she's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Sorry, forgive me, Father, for I've sinned. It's been 1,200 hours since my last confession.
1,200 hours.
That's a long time."
Yeah, well, she's a nun, so she can confess right to God, I
guess
guess.
Yeah, she's got the direct connect.
Hold on. Keep, sorry, you were
But-
saying.
He's fine with like everything she says until she's like, I'm kind of
I
into
kissed
Hudson
him.
Hawk, and he's like, "Wait, what? You're supposed to be into me." P Diddy was going to show me the way.
You just had to bring P. Diddy into
No,
this.
P. Diddy would have
Always.
been like, she's too old for me, brother. I don't,
Oh,
No,
God.
that's Leonardo DiCaprio.
that's right.
P Diddy, as far as we know, has no age cap. It's just he doesn't like consent.
Wait, maybe she learned from Cosby because she drugged his drink.
No.
She did.
She did.
That was her.
Oh, does this pillow smell like
I
chloroform?
wouldn't
to you?
have
Does
such
it
a
smell
problem with
like,
that.
does it smell like pudding pop to you?
Maybe that's why no women get caught doing that, because the guys are like, "Okay,
You don't even have to drug me. Just whatever.
Don't you imagine? Yeah,
does that smell like chloroform?" Yes.
that's great. That was a great impression of a hot dog. You just did there.
Thank you. That's what I was
That
thinking.
was great, Miss Doubtfire.
All right,
Oh
so
my
back
God, dude.
to the movie.
Sorry.
They
Back
t-
to the movie
Yeah, so
that
they're-
we are. It's obliterated. Like by this point in this movie, nothing makes sense and,
And
it
the-
doesn't matter.
And the craziest part is we've been walking you through this movie just like it happened.
Yes.
It's just.
The movie is that bad and that crazy that it's like this. But I'm telling you, it's worth watching.
I mean,
One time, it's worth watching. It is like, it's so ridiculous and like, you're like, what? Like,
Why?
okay. Like,
yeah.
Airbud. I hated it way more.
Yeah, really. Airbud. It's this above Airbud.
100%. I would watch Hudson Hawk right now until we do a different movie. Airbud is my crawl.
Whoa.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Whoa,
Of all the movies we've done, what movie would be worse?
Oh man.
If you're honest with yourself, I mean, it could be any movie.
I guess Airbud. Yeah.
Hang on. Let me look back.
Let me look back at our episode list.
Okay,
By the
well,
way,
you,
please
maybe next time
comment.
come back with.
Please
Yeah.
comment out there. We love it when you drop comments in there. We're still trying to fight for Tyler to do Airbud 2, which is what's it, the 7th inning fetch? Is that right?
7th inning fetch.
I don't know, but I
Isn't it
hate,
seventh
you
inning
people.
fetch?
I hate you people so much for that. But if you the viewers, and don't worry, we're getting to like I said, we've had friends and family suggest movies that we will be getting
I know
to.
what mine. Mine was the original Super Mario Brother movie. That movie
Worse than Airbud.
That movie sucks.
Like if you can't,
At
you
least-
better
be
keep
honest
watching
with yourself.
something.
but at least Airbud has its audience.
What,
Like,
the Dead Dad audience?
no little kids, man.
The people who like dogs, apparently.
Trust me, those same little kids are going to like the Super Mario Brother movie. Because they're not going to understand what's wrong with it. They're like special needs kids.
They'll like this movie too.
100%, but like I said, this movie's actually entertaining to watch.
This
as
movie's
weird
better.
and broken
This
as it
movie's better
is.
than Suburban Commando.
Yes.
Oh yes,
Maybe not
Yeah.
from like a technical, like the plot in Suburban Commando is much more well put together and
It's
all
much
that.
more able to
Let's
be.
not
you
say
can
that.
follow it a little
Let's
better.
not say that. It's just Hudson Hawk is better to watch.
Dude.
Wait. Is Good Burger worse than Airbud?
No, I'd watch Good Burger over
You
here.
watch it
Oh,
again.
wow.
Okay, all right.
I might go Airbud over Good Burger. Like Good Burger. I mean, I could just listen to less.
No
than
way,
Jake.
because Abe Vigoda does
True,
the.
that's true.
Yeah.
Can you take me to the hospital? I think I just broke my ass.
I know some of these words.
Yes,
Okay,
1,000%.
okay.
I love it that we had to put it that Hulk Hogan wrote a more consistent story
It's just
than Bruce Willis.
No, it's
did.
just a more streamlined plot.
No,
Like,
wrote a more. Of course he did.
but Hulk Hogan didn't write Suburban Commando.
Even if he
was in
did,
the
even
room.
if he did, the story in Hudson Hawk is so fucking broken.
just like the
That's
crystal.
what makes it
just
fun.
like the crystals.
That's what makes it fun. Like somehow we have to get these 3 crystals. Other than that, have a good
Yeah,
time.
other than that, when
Some of it's Hellboy, some of it's Laura Croft
Yes.
in Tomb Raider.
Yes.
Some of it is like The Notebook.
we need a
Cool.
moment?
Let's have a good time.
some of it is a Wile E. Coyote episode.
Yes, exactly.
Do we need a moment just to recap? Just to give me a
Okay.
second here.
Mamacita, ¿dónde está Santa Claus? ¿Dónde está Santa Claus?
Santa Claus is in Narnia.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, as long as we're
Much,
clear on that.
much better movie than this one. But anyway, this is where they drop the next big double cross bomb on you that his friend Tommy has been in on this
Yes,
the whole time.
Yeah. They had a heist.
It
on
kind
top
of
their
reminded
heist.
me of Grand Theft Auto Vice City, where you figure out that you get double crossed by your best friend.
Oh my god! This reminded me of Rick and Morty making fun of
yeah.
where they're like, "There's a heist on top of the heist on top of the heist."
Yeah.
You didn't realize that was a heist, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay. So Tommy, Five Tone, and Bruce Willis have been in on it.
Yeah,
since the
and then
beginning.
he basically like they pretend like they're fighting each other and they jump out the window.
Yeah, dude, that's
Yeah.
all these broken ribs, like especially Tommy
They
Five Tone
roll
being the
down
shape he's
they
in.
roll down the steps.
Yeah,
And then he makes it look like Tommy's dead, and
Yeah.
they put him in the back of an ambulance.
this shows
And
up.
then that
it just
end-
shows up.
Wait. Yes.
The ambulance just-
Because they break out, they shoot shots, they break out the window, they fall on the ground, they roll down the stairs. When they get to the bottom of the stairs,
ambulance already
it's like
pulling up.
2 cop motorcycles and an ambulance. Woo! Like,
Yes,
so apparently the Italians have the fastest response time in the entire world to any kind of emergency.
I mean their
Or-
healthcare is
okay.
free.
Or Tommy was like, "Hey, look, I fucked up. Here's the plan. Ready? We're gonna roll out this window. The ambulance is gonna be there."
Yeah.
Ready, set, go. Here we go.
I hate to break it to you, but when your healthcare is free, that doesn't mean they show up any faster. It actually
tell you
means like you're
anything.
shot and it takes like 10 years to
I
get
had
looked at.
I had a patient who was in Italy, and he was on one of those like little Vespa scooters.
As you do.
And they have like
As you'll do.
in some places in Italy, they still have like the lime rock walls.
As you'll do.
Okay.
And he was swerving to avoid a car that was.
I thought you were gonna say he was swerving to avoid a wall, and I was like, you can't do that.
No,
It's
yeah,
just
they-
like they just keep.
And he hit he was swerving to avoid a car, and he lost control.
Yeah.
And he hit the wall, and it like gashed like his leg.
Oh.
So they sewed it together in the emergency room, but they sewed it so tight that when he got on the plane, it like started to swell. So he came into the office to be seen by us. I drained like 350 cc's of blood out of this guy's
Jeez,
leg.
dude.
It
But how
was
much did he pay for it? You gotta
insane.
ask him.
Oh, in
how much
Italy
did
it
he
was
pay
free.
for it?
No, in
Yeah.
Italy it was free. But I
Yeah,
had,
I'll take it done right and pay for it any day of the week.
and like I saw this guy like 6 or 7 times, and I had to drain him each time, and finally like I got it to stop
swelling up.
and I was like,
Jeez,
Jesus.
okay.
Which like I mean, you know, thank God he didn't like break his leg. That would have been way worse.
That would have been
But-
awful.
I had a friend that went to Thailand.
Okay.
I believe Thailand, yeah. And she did like those wakeboard parks
Yep.
where they have like the
Yo, yeah,
cords.
yeah. They're building one just north here, actually.
Yeah, there's one up like somewhere like Miramar,
Yeah.
whatever. But she like the first day she got there and she broke her hip or her arm. I can't remember exactly. But
thank you.
she ended up having to go to
A hospital in
get
Thailand. Yeah.
medical stuff in Thailand. And it was like, oh,
On the set of The Hangover 2, everybody got food poisoning in Thailand, and thank God that
What's Ken
Leslie
Jeong?
Chow, Ken Jeong, is an
Yeah.
actual medical doctor.
And told him exactly
and
what
was
to do.
No, he was putting IVs in people
Oh God.
on set
That's what you want. You want your coworkers
to be
to
doctors.
be like, oh,
Especially
yes,
when he's
by the
like-
way.
so long, gay boys.
I put this IV in you.
Gay boy.
But anyway, they go in the
Back to
back of the
Hudson
ambulance.
Hawk. Anyways,
This
they're in the
ambulance then drives into like the back of an 18-wheeler,
It does, and then it carries them away.
and
then,
the girlfriend meets them at the spot.
Andy McDowell.
Yeah, and they
McDonald.
Andy
McDowell.
McDowell.
and they go back to her apartment, and the candy bar mafia is sitting there waiting for him.
So they get like the Butterfinger guy that's like totally dumb.
That he's Zangief in
that's
the
what I was going
Street
to ask
Fighter
you.
movie.
Okay, yes.
He's
Is
got to
it
be a wrestler.
Andrew Bryniarski?
He looks like Mr. Perfect and Brutus the Barber Beefcake had a kid.
100%.
Dude,
100%.
he's
100%.
He's 6'5". He has to be a wrestler. Like there has
Well,
to be
he
some
played
point.
Zangief in. I know he played Zangief in Street Fighter.
Yeah, he
I
was
mean,
that.
if
Yeah.
he didn't, he missed out on a real cash cow.
Dude, yes, he could have been the Undertaker for the Undertaker. 6'5"? Are you kidding me? That huge?
Nobody could have been the Undertaker.
Mark Calloway was the Undertaker.
I mean, yeah. But anyways. Okay, so they meet up and they're trying to get through it.
And then she goes to like talk to the Vatican people or something. Like she
Yeah.
leaves the. Oh no, they sleep over, and there's the whole joke about they're not going to have sex, and then he laughs at him because it doesn't happen. Blah blah. And so that's when they find out she's a nun.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's like, and
Yeah,
he's
she's like the double agent for God.
and then like they get hit with the tranquilizer darts, so they can't. And they're doing
Right
the whole
after that,
thing.
that's when the Candy
Okay.
Mafia
yeah, and
shows
they're
up.
doing the
Yeah.
whole thing where they're
I love
gonna,
how we
like,
called the Candy Mafia when they're literally the
CIA.
CIA.
Yeah. Candy Mafia.
they all have
that
dumb
feels
candy bar
appropriate
names.
in some way.
Yeah.
Because they're the candy bar people.
So she comes back in, and that's when they tell him that she's a nun. And
Well,
he's
they
like,
hit her with the
right,
tranquilizer
but
dart.
they tell him first, and he's like,
Yeah.
oh, you love me, huh? And she's like, I do. And she's like, yeah, like you love Butterfinger over there. And she's like, yeah, in like a weird Catholic way.
Yeah, exactly.
And they hit her with the dart because they need her to read how to operate the
codex.
machine.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Da Vinci's Codex.
And they have this bomb gun.
Yeah, it shoots bombs.
It-
Like in Super Mario.
Yes. It looks like something from Super Mario 2. It does. It looks
telling
like
you.
something from the same set.
It looks like something that you would get in Duke Nukem.
Yes. And these are some of the worst deaths
Well,
of the whole movie.
So he can somehow move one of his arms because they're like, oh, it's
Well,
going to wear off in 2
Yeah, they
minutes.
say it's going to wear off, and then Tommy Two Tones is able to start like moving his fingers.
Excuse you, 5-tone.
Excuse me, 5 tones.
Five
Yes,
tones,
right.
yeah.
Damn you, Tommy Two-Tone.
He earned those tones.
Yeah, all 5 of them.
8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, and 9.
But so then one of them goes to kill him or whatever, and he's able to maneuver in a certain way, and then for some reason,
He hits the guy.
Almond Joy goes to shoot a dart again, but gets as close as she possibly can
Yes.
to Bruce Willis.
Yes.
Where he's able to blow the dart back up
Backwards?
the tube, which that's not how darts work. Like
the dart would
darts,
still
Did she
be
do both
the dart would
ends?
still be backwards, so nothing would happen.
It'd just be like feathers in her throat.
But
She
yeah,
might choke to death.
That's my theory, is that she died from choking to death. Yeah.
Unless she like, oh, and then it like stuck in her
yeah,
mouth.
like,
God,
like
dude.
if she was like hit her here,
Dude, and then she's dead.
for
Yes.
sure because she can't
She
breathe.
can't grab it out. Like the feathers are there, and
and hopefully,
It's okay. It's okay. She dies in 2 minutes.
yes, it would have been a quick death because what he sticks a bomb. It's one of those sticky
He
bombs.
sticks a bomb to the guy's forehead,
right to his forehead.
and then they jump
that
out.
is like one of the most ridiculous shits because that guy like sticks it to himself pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he kicks him in the leg, and the guy falls over and pulls the
Yeah.
trigger and sticks his head with the bomb.
dude.
Not only does he have the wherewithal to get out of the room, but they take the gun.
Yeah, and nobody helps this poor bastard. I guess they're all paralyzed at that point.
Well, she goes to paralyze Bruce Willis again to
And that's
make
when
sure he
he's-
can move, and that's when he blows the
Okay.
dart back in her face.
Because I was thinking about that, like I guess I was distracted every time I saw that because trust me, it was real easy to get distracted while trying to watch this movie. Like if the wind blew, I'm like, what? Oh shit! Is my
Dude.
food? No.
I did laundry watching this movie. That's what happened.
Dude.
I kept folding stuff and be like, wait, where are we? Hold on. What the fuck is that?
Yeah,
Dude,
you-
I'm texting a person that's not texting me back while we're watching this movie.
Someone goes,
It's me. I'm texting me to me
Yo,
on
you
something.
guys see this shit, dude.
Yeah, like, hey, Hudson Hawk blows.
get up.
You should totally watch it. It's worth it.
That's an ox.
And before they
You
do
got
the
laundry?
whole blow dart thing, they figure out like, oh, we don't need you anymore because we got the crystal that we needed from
Right.
the
They,
Louvre.
they
and
didn't need
France.
him from like the first.
they needed him to steal the
heist.
codex.
Yeah, they need him to heist stuff.
And they thought they needed him to steal the third piece, but the guy was like, "Oh, well, it wasn't as quiet, and now there are 4 guards that won't be seeing their families again." And blah, blah, blah.
God, dude.
Shut up,
How did you
Skittles.
say it?
Oh, the little blah.
I like that. You should be an actor. But yeah, totally.
So now they figure out. Now they figured out where the secret lair is because they've taken the girl there.
Secret
Lair. Midas 22. So they
100%.
they go into they're gonna infiltrate it, and basically Bruce Willis is like, "So what's the plan?" And he's like, "My plan is to like use this gun.
Yeah, we're gonna blow a lot of shit up.
We're just
We use
gonna-
this gun.
We're just gonna blow stuff up."
And then him and Tommy 5 million tons start singing a song.
They're singing side by side.
Yeah.
Side
Yeah.
by side.
And then
Well,
they're-
and there's so many songs. There's like that's a decent one.
Yeah.
okay,
but-
yeah.
The first part of the
You could
movie,
also
like
be a fish.
for real, they could have picked a better song.
They had to pick one that the fictitious runtime
Right.
was
long
And
enough.
that's the
So-
thing is like when I first watched the movie, I'm like, okay, so they picked a song that had the runtime they were talking. No, they made this shit up. They could have picked any song. They could have hit us with anything at all.
This was 1981, so they could have done
Queen.
Queen. They could
Whatever.
have done some Cyndi Lauper in there.
What they could have done Mary Did You Know and I'd be happier. You could have been a fish.
Could have been a fish.
What are you talking about? Could have been a fish.
Could have been under the what's it? Jack the Knife or something. Dun, 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 dun,
You're trying to jack my knife?
No, Jack Knife. Jack the Knife. You know. Oh,
I'm just kidding.
Turn back the night.
Jeez. All right.
So they go
You
into-
can't. It's what I'm paid for. It's what I'm here to do.
this is where you get the triple cross, where they just start the brother, the husband, wife / brother, sister.
This is where the whole movie unravels, like completely.
Yeah.
Like the last little
So
bit
they
that was
start-
holding on
so
just
they
comes
just start
unglued.
killing everybody.
Yeah.
We're
The-
just trying to get the credits.
The one
at this
lady
point.
has like a 9-bolt crossbow.
Wait. That is the best way to phrase it I think I've ever heard. We are just trying to get to credits at this point.
Just gotta
That
get
is
this.
the best
Yeah.
way.
So the girl is acting. So true.
Go ahead.
But Anne is acting like all possessed, and he's like, "Oh, it must be a side effect of the
Yes. she
of
does
the poison."
dolphin
And she's
thing.
like, "I have to speak to the dolphins."
I wonder if that's where Ace Ventura, like where Jim Carrey got
It was
that.
up on the
Maybe.
tail, and you
Because Jim
can
Carrey was
quote-
93. Yeah. Or 92.
No, he
don't know.
gets it
This
because
has been out.
He gets
Yeah.
it because they're looking for Snowflake. That's right. And he's
Right, but
Jim
the whole
Carrey.
like up on the tail, like she's literally like, I want to talk to the dolphins.
Yes.
Well, and
Oh,
then the
God.
annoying lady is like, "The dolphin's dead. I killed
Dolphin's
it." It's-
dead.
Dude, that lady is such a great actor because I hate her.
Like Joffrey gave it to us. Yeah.
Or Skylar in Breaking Bad, like we talked about earlier.
Sandra
Like,
Bernhard.
yeah.
But anyway,
She was in Roseanne, and
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm supposed to hate her, but I see her face in that gap tooth, and I hate her.
easy, Michael Strahan.
Hate him too. I'm just kidding.
I was like, whoa. We have a lot of lines in the show.
That means National
We have
Treasure.
a lot
we
of
don't
lines
cross.
that we cross. We don't cross Michael Strahan.
We don't cross
on
that
this show,
gap.
on
We
this
don't cross that
Nostalgia
gap.
Watch for gap.
Mind the gap.
Mind the gap. That's it. Mind the gap.
So
Oh, dude.
the head of the CIA is like, Kit Kat, guard them with your life. I'm gonna go check on the exploding stuff. And, he's
then
like,
in a second
well, the
dies.
best is like, did anybody hear a sound? And the dumb guy's like, I did.
Yeah, the huge explosion in the background.
He's the best part of the movie
Because
they're in-
that's when they have Andy McDowell's character and Bruce Willis and
they're
Tommy
trying to break
Five
in,
Tones.
and they're just
Yeah.
I keep wanting to say Two Tones. Tommy Five Tones are working their way in to get whatever,
and they're just blowing
break out.
stuff up. Yeah.
Are you thinking of that ska band?
No,
Two
he's thinking of
Tones?
Tommy 8675309.
Yeah, but
Tommy
Tommy
Two Tones.
Five Tones, but you keep saying Two Tones.
That's
There's
Tommy
there's
Two Tone.
Okay, that's his Tommy Two
Yeah,
Tones.
yeah.
Okay.
Because
all
there's a Family Guy bit where he's like, "Damn you, Tommy Two Tone," because we can't remember his number.
Oh yes, okay. 8,
Um,
6, 7, 5.
So they're in there, and he's like, "You're gonna guard them with your life," and he's like in stone, and like, "Hey, yeah."
Well, he's a human statue. Why on earth is he a human statue?
to blend in with the environment.
But why? Okay, cool. So he steps down. He's got the spear on her.
And
Yeah.
then she asks him, she goes, "Are
The
you
fucking
really?"
bad guys are holding a crossbow
And
on
yes.
him.
And she goes, "Are you really gonna guard us with your life?" And he turns around, she shoots him in the chest. And then he like with his last dying breath, he puts his hand on Anne, and she opens her hand and said, "I always liked you."
Yeah. Yeah.
then
Because
what
of
does he
course you
say?
do. Of course you did. Andy McDowell's the best.
Well, and I think we skipped over it, but like the whole point of them is they're like, we're gonna get his machine,
Well, they don't want to
turn
share.
gold,
They're gonna collapse the world economy.
And
They're
they're
gonna
gonna
make
collapse
gold
the economy.
meaningless, and they're gonna have all the money.
and that's
because-
where we had the line where she's like,
And
we're
again-
gonna crash, and the world is
Yeah.
gonna like burn or something. And then Bruce Willis has a great quip. Where he's like, "Are you sure?"
Wait.
or something like that. I'm like,
You
what's
want to take great off the front of that? Because he has a quip, but I don't know if it's great. Because nothing about this movie is great.
His only good quip in the movie is, "I can get you an address on that."
Yeah.
gonna get you on the
telling you.
prom date?
Yeah,
As much as this movie sucks and is weird,
it's like it's
go
like,
ahead and watch it.
Yeah, it's so bad it's entertaining.
It is so
It's like The
funny
Room.
and so
It's kind of
Yes.
like it's kind of like when you
that's
see
a stretch.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
like-
not that bad. Like it's better than The Room. Like people are
tell Tommy
people
Wiseau that,
are-
but yes,
Tommy
people
Wiseau.
are acting in this movie. Like,
yeah. Don't tell Tommy Wiseau that because it's better.
if I had a goal for any of the show, it'd be to have Tommy Wiseau come on and tell us. His
Oh, hi,
opinion
Mark.
on something.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I did not hit her. I did not.
I did not.
Why is that like? And why is that an impersonation that I can do? Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi,
Like,
Mark.
why can I do that?
Because it's almost $40 for pizza.
It's really close. It's really close. And he's like now admitted because like the whole mystery about Tommy Wiseau is that like he's where are you from? What are you doing? He's now admitted he's like from Eastern Europe,
Yeah.
and that's all he'll tell you. But like that makes sense for that accent comes out. Oh hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. Yeah.
But
Oh my god.
so they kill Kit Kat, and then they go to the room with you cut to them blowing stuff up, and he's like, "Oh, go check on them. Go relay what's happening."
Yeah.
And Butterfinger walks
Oh,
in,
Jesus,
and
yeah.
she shoots him in the chest,
in the
and he
chest.
turns around and like opens the door.
Well-
closes the door. Then he goes, "It's not good."
Yeah.
and falls forward.
She shoots him with like 5 arrows.
Well, it's like a stacked crossbow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they all hit him. And the saddest thing in the whole movie, 100%, it's
It made
so
me sad.
because he's so stupid.
Yeah.
And when he gets hit, like Trey's like just a little dribble of blood immediately like
Yeah.
shoots down his chin, and he just has this streak of blood.
You can
Bro.
tell he like bit the blood capsule and it was
Yeah, it
pointing
was just-
out, and it was just like,
Yeah, perfect.
No, but he walks out in the hallway and he's like,
Oh,
"Hey,
it's
coach,
yeah, Coach, it's not good.
it's not good." or
And he
something
falls
like that.
forward, and the
Yeah.
arrows go through him
Yes,
even farther.
they come out the back,
which
like
is
hard.
which is good attention to detail because a lot of movies would just have the guy fall. And
Yeah,
then
because
nothing.
you know
Yeah.
that's what That's what this movie needed now was attention to detail.
To that detail.
Oh, because this is where all the special. This is the scene they did first. Where all the
Yeah.
special effects went.
No, dude, this is like the
For all their money and time and effort.
Butterfinger dying
Yeah.
felt like pitching the Special Olympics is what it did. And it was like, dude, this is horrible.
So-
that poor dude, just let him live.
Quick, change the channel.
Yeah. I don't want to watch this anymore. I'm done.
So
I don't want to.
then you have the weirdest fight scene where Bruce Willis is on the roof with this guy.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, the head of the CIA.
yeah, and like you can definitely tell it's like wired fight scenes because
Yes.
like
Really
he's
weird.
like
Yeah.
bending back and bending forward. And he drops his hat and he's like, "Oh, my hat!" And the guy
no.
jumps off the cliff, and then his buddy is locked in the freaking limo, and he lands on the hood of the car with the butler driving, and they go off
Yeah.
a cliff and it explodes. It's so crazy. And then they go inside and they're like, "All right, now put the crystal together." And he's like, "All right."
Sure, here you go.
And he hands it to him and
they
they
just
put it
take
in the
that.
machine. And then she's like, "Why'd you do that?" And he's like, "What would happen if I don't put it together?"
Well, he said, "What choice did I have?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's not. No, you're not really giving us much of a choice here. And they're standing there. And he goes, "What happens if I don't put it together right?" She's like, "What do you mean?" Like exactly what she's like. "It'd be very bad." He's like, "Okay, so they probably need this." And he's holding a piece of the crystal in his hand.
That totally looked possible.
The way he put it together, it was like.
And all the crystals are solid looking. It's
And
not
they were
like
talking
come
about how
apart.
they took all night to try to put it together, and they couldn't just like.
No, I saw one other reviewer.
Yes.
I saw one other reviewer where like earlier he steals something. Like there's a table and he like reaches in and he like takes it.
He takes
By
a
the way,
piece of it,
Sunny
and
D
it's never
vodka seltzer.
and it's never addressed.
And then he
that
puts it in his
stole a
pocket.
piece of
Yes.
it.
That was a great plug. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, he takes it and he puts it in his pocket.
Again,
Nope.
it's one of those
Yeah.
cut scenes that probably they figured it out later on, but it got cut out of the movie.
And we're like, but why are we even showing it? Like, what's Bruce Willis was like, but I look good right there. We should put that in.
$90 million.
You better, are you 90? Do you look $90 million good?
million
Because you're the only one whose career recovered from.
Dude, we're
freaking
just
thing.
trying to we're
anyway,
just trying to
go.
get to credits.
She did
Get to
Groundhog's Day.
credits. Yeah.
She did Groundhog Day.
Well, I mean, the
She did do
actors,
great.
but the
Yeah.
studio definitely
not.
did
No,
not
it did
move
not.
along.
But
Fell
so
apart.
then you have what happens with the machine where they turn it on, and instead of it turning the lead to gold, it backfires and turns her into gold. So like, still
Oh, that's
worked.
right. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, he still worked.
Turned
And then it
people
like,
to gold.
and then he like the machine starts blowing up, and he like kicks the guy, and he grabs onto one of the cords and is getting electrocuted and falls down, and he looks like Harvey Dent from Batman.
Oh, yeah,
Half
yeah, they split his
is all
face, yeah.
charred off. And then he fights the butler, and Anne trying to help him is making it worse. She like shoots him in the arm, almost kills him, and he's like, "Stop helping me!"
And then at the end of the movie, he finally gets his cappuccino.
They fly on Leonardo da Vinci's like bird machine.
And
That's how
did
they
you
get
notice
away.
too that Bruce Willis totally knows how to fly it?
Yeah.
He's like working the levers and
Well,
controlling their.
she's
doing
behind
his
him
whole
going, "I
thing.
read the codex. I
Yeah.
read the codex."
Yeah.
How about you give her the levers?
The whole time he's doing this, isn't he? He's like, "Oh, here we go, steady as we
And not
go."
like that. No, he's like he knows what he's doing. Like he's giving it some this
Like
and
he's
a
had
little bit of
course-
that. You
yeah,
know
like
what I
he's
mean?
had a course in this.
yeah,
And
he's
they
the
land,
world's best
and then
cat burglar. That's what it is.
he's
True.
they're at the.
And his name's not even fucking Hudson Hawk.
No, it's not.
It's a nickname.
It's like Douchebag McGee, who likes to go by Hudson Hawk. Which, if my name was Douchebag McGee, I would also
It's Vinny the Dooch.
Oh my god,
shout out to Vinny the Dude.
Vinny the Gooch. I just spoke with Vinny. He's hopefully going to give us a cameo.
All
sometime
right,
soon.
love you, man.
So he
Who the hell is Troy?
we cut to them sitting in a restaurant, and she's like,
Gay?
"I really wish that that Tommy was here." And he's like, "No fucking way!" And she's like, "Okay, I'm sorry." He comes up, and they're like, "You died." He's like, "Reinforced glass." And they're like, "You
Oh
burned
my-
to death." And he's like, "Sprinklers in the freaking headrest, baby." Like, no, that's not a thing.
Yeah, I'm
and
just
then-
gonna make it up.
And then
As I
the
go
end of the
along.
movie
Dead,
is him.
dude.
And then the end of the movie is not him drinking a cappuccino. It's him slamming a cappuccino.
Yeah,
like
just-
Because he doesn't want to fucking get it broken or get shot at or whatever
some
again.
silencer is going to come
Yeah,
out of
he's
nowhere.
right.
Pew.
Someone's going to come and be like, "We need you to steal something again."
We need you to steal all the cappuccinos.
And real quick here at the end, I have to say that our hearts go out to Bruce Willis
Oh yeah,
as he deals
Yes.
with everything that he's going through.
That's
and
sad.
really sucks for us to lose a guy like you. Other than this movie, you gave us some fucking awesome movies.
Some great films.
Some
yes.
awesome movies. And even this movie, go ahead and watch it because
Thank
it's
you.
fun.
This was
Yes.
his.
It
this
is
was
a
his,
lot of fun.
This was his only attempt at screenwriting.
Yeah. And
Hey, okay.
unfortunately for TriStar Pictures, he attempted it once.
So the frequent inconsistencies you see in the film is likely a result of Bruce Willis throwing ideas around.
Hey, how about
$90
this?
million worth of ideas.
How about a dog that's really obsessed? What'd you
Oh
call
yeah,
it?
we didn't even say that. Like when the dog, because
Dog gets him in the
when
grundle.
Butterfinger,
You
when
mean
That's the
Butterfinger,
Ball?
when
That's the best
wait,
death.
wait,
That is the-
when
sorry,
Butterfinger
sorry,
shows up
sorry.
and she turns to Bruce Willis and she says, "Your turn," and he's like, "What?"
Yeah.
So he starts trying to fight the giant guy, and then when he beats him, they go back and here comes the little ball dog.
Yeah.
And
Bunny.
he turns to her and she's like, "My turn?" And he's like, "You're damn right it is." So she has to go fight the dog, and then he does like the whole ball.
He gets a tennis
thing.
ball
And
shooter.
Shooter.
The dog's winning, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. The dog is
Because
winning really
90%
well.
of people are going to get their asses kicked by a dog.
Yes,
Like
yeah.
dogs are built to
And
fight. We are built to eat
It is,
cheese.
It is the best.
Maybe not that dog.
Yeah.
Hey,
One swift kick.
our grandmother had a
Oh, that's true.
a
Snorkel.
little schnauzer, and
Yeah.
he was mean as shit.
Oh, God.
So
Dog
I
was
wouldn't
an
be
asshole.
surprised, especially if you're not like ready for a fight.
Yeah,
that
that's
dog's
true.
gonna kill you.
Dude, well, so that's the best thing. That's the best death of the whole thing. Is he goes, "Oh, bunny, ball,"
and
and he shoots a 300-mile-an-hour tennis ball at
And
this
this
dog.
dog goes flying out a
Yes.
window.
Yeah.
And it's so brilliantly good. That's if you're gonna watch this movie, watch it for that.
Yeah.
Watch
And
it
then
for Butterfinger,
yeah.
the inconsistent song titles.
And times.
I feel like there was something else that I was like, oh, that's really good. Da Vinci terrorizing like peasants of the time, like just these people work for me. I'm gonna put you on a machine that I'm
You know what I
testing.
never understood about these movies? There's several of them too, with like Da Vinci machines and like Assassin's Creed games and stuff. It's like Leonardo da Vinci developed basically, I don't know if we said this, but the whole premise of the movie is Da Vinci developed a machine that can turn lead into gold.
Yeah.
And he decides that people would do evil with it, so he breaks up the pieces and he writes a codex and he puts the pieces in pieces of art. Why?
Yeah, just blow it up.
You do what that kid did with the VHS of Hudson Hawk. You throw it in the hopper. Right in the hopper.
How do you like them fucking apples?
Right next
So
to Dunkin'
all you do
Donuts.
is you leave them alone and you don't write a codex on how you use
Why
the
did
shit.
you do this?
Now
Just
you
saying.
use it.
Just saying.
It was in case he ever needed money.
I
Gonna
guess. I
reassemble
guess.
it.
That's just, yeah. That
But
was
anyways, thanks so much for tuning in. Like I said, I've said many times in this episode, worth watching, especially if you can get it for free. I think it's on Pluto TV
Pluto
for
TV
free.
had it for free. Yeah.
Yeah, I rented it.
Yeah.
I rented it on,
rented it on
Amazon
YouTube.
Prime.
Sucker.
Amazon Prime is always a lot of fun because it's got a lot of behind the scenes stuff for you. And
22,
Yeah.
22
Yeah.
deaths in the movie, by the way.
22. Wow.
That's a lot.
That's a lot more than I
I
would have
Googled it because I was like, a lot of people died in this movie.
So is it like, is it Saving Private Ryan and
Well, we-
Hudson Hawk? Or
What we didn't talk about though is that it won the
Endgame.
Razzie for worst picture, worst lead actor.
Worst leading actor, Bruce Willis. Worst supporting actor was Tommy Two-Tone. Worst supporting
Kenny Iowa.
actress was the crazy lady.
Oh, wow.
And it won
Bernhardt.
worst picture. So that's a clean sweep, baby.
Oh, my.
Yeah, the
God.
Razzies were basically like, everybody else go home, Hudson Hawk, you win everything.
It didn't win worst soundtrack. It did not win
Yeah,
worst.
I can
It
see
probably held those titles until Adam Sandler's Jack and Jill. Because
Or-
Jack and Jill
or
took a
Norbit.
lot. Or Norbit.
Or Bruno.
Oh, man, dude.
We don't talk about Bruno.
We get to go back.
That was good.
Anyways, sorry,
Because I
you're
never want to
closing
do
us
that
out.
movie ever. If we ever do that movie, I'll be like, so you guys are watching Bruno.
Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in for another week. Super fun. I'm glad to be here with these guys doing this. Like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Most of all, comment. Be a
Please.
part of this. Let us know what you think, what you like. The ones who have commented that we haven't gotten to yet, we are coming for you. We will be, yes, like that and like this. We will be doing those movies that you've suggested. We haven't missed out on those. We haven't missed, just brushed them off. But we want to build community. We want to do things that you guys want to hear about.
Yes.
So please check us out. You can check us out on all your social media platforms, nostalgialand.podcast on Instagram. What is it on TikTok?
It is. It's nostalgia.
Same.
Yeah, it's nostalgia. Yeah. It gets weird on our Etsy shop in our .com.
So it's nostalgialand.podcast.
Yes.
On everything except for our Etsy shop and our
our
Shopify.
So which is Shopify is nostalgialand.com and Etsy is nostalgialand shop. And I'm
Okay.
sorry, it's all one word. I tried to find something that was like at least relevant, but Etsy's like, no, that's already taken.
I forgot to mention this, that
So
last week when we were doing The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe,
yeah.
I posted the perfect meme where it was like, I got my name on Gmail,
Yes.
and people were like, how did you get your name? It's like, I was there when the magic was written.
Yes.
Like, you don't know. Like, Gmail didn't exist when I started this shit.
Yeah, we needed Hotmails and
I still have a Hotmail, and it's the most retarded sounding email address in the world.
Man, I still have an AOL somewhere out
T-Bots,
there.
bro.
I think mine was like All Star or Home Run King, something stupid.
Home run game.
It's always some gay crap when you're like 14 making an email
Yeah,
address.
we were like 10 when that came out. Yeah, so it makes sense. Anyway,
It's so funny the generational gap too. Like,
Ladies man,
I say-
67.
like I say,
100.
it's so like it's some gay like. I don't mean it's like when South Park brought it up, like with the fag thing. Where
Yes.
It's like, yeah, when I say fag, I don't mean like
I don't mean
fag,
like
I
a
don't-
gay
it's not-
person.
yeah, like
Cigarettes.
right.
it's just a word. Like when I say like, oh yeah, it's so gay that I do that. Like I don't think like gay people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't think like, oh, you're a homosexual. No, that's not what I'm thinking.
That is not what we think.
Just
Yes,
like
that's
the-
not what we consider about.
this is gay.
That's funny.
But thank you again. Please participate. Sorry, I took us off the rails again. I love to do that. But, if you want to hear Nostalgia Land After Dark, ruin my life, throw it out there. I will have a candle. It may look a lot like this here,
Yes. Oh, that'd be brilliant. Oh, that's perfect.
but
2000. In the year 2000. It's all I think when I see that.
But check us out. Subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your family.
Tell your
We
strangers.
love all you guys for listening, and we'll see you next week. That's
As always, I'm Matt.
I'm Trey.
and I'm Tyler. Cowbunga.